Yeah, we got like
We got
along the coast, we got like 3 to 5 inches, and I think a little bit further in they got some more. But it was the first decent snow we've had this early in the year.
I think we had a good 6.
Yeah, we didn't get that here. I don't know. It's just where I'm at in the valley. But, like, all the big cities around us are like closing down their streets due to like Missoula was they closed down their streets and said emergency travel only because the roads were so bad. And then something similar in like Idaho Falls. And I'm right in between these two big cities, and we got maybe like half an inch of snow. I mean, I can still see green in my yard, so it all melted, you know. Okay, so we'll get this rolling, and I imagine Logos will join us shortly. But let's start with a little bit of a recap. So, last session was pretty much just dedicated to a round of Griffin Ball, the second leg in this tournament of kings. And the Sands of Justice, of course, prevailed with Logos and Locris going on the offense. And then Renwick and Gladier kind of picking up a defensive, and having Blade kind of play support from center field. It was not long before the Grung Griffin riders that were challenging you were bested, coming to the score 2-0, and the Sands of Justice, revel briefly in their victory before heading to the ground, returning their griffins to the griffin handlers, and at that point, the party is swarmed with crowds of adoring fans, Albust as well. And that's kind of where we left off, so that is where we will begin. You guys have just kind of landed. It's still midday. Your match has just concluded, and hundreds of adoring fans come and begin to just basically maul you guys. I mean, there's high fives, there's handshakes, people are handing you stuff to sign. You see that you guys are surrounded by a lot of your own merch. It would appear yellow banners with the Sands of Justice logo in black have been just kind of, they're very pervasive. There's scarves and flags and shirts and banners. There's all manner of merchandise. Albust has been working overtime, and as you guys are kind of thronged by the crowds, it is Albust does what he can to kind of help with this crowd management type of situation, doing what he can to keep them off of you, but he is failing miserably as you guys are kind of thronged by a couple hundred adoring fans. So, between the handshakes, the autographs, and the high fives, tell me kind of how you guys would proceed at this point here in the small village of Crossroads.
Of course, would be trying to find out if any other teams have competed yet and who's advancing.
Yeah, Glader would be curious. He'd join him if he had to go talk to someone. He'd walk over with Lookers.
Okay, both of you guys give me a perception check.
Locus would be in on it too.
Renwick's too distracted. He's eating up the fanfare.
Yeah, Blade would be catching like roses and shit.
24 for
I don't know if that makes a
Locus.
difference. My passive perception's a 23.
This isn't gonna make much help, but yeah, I don't see anything. Get some dust in my eye. The griffin's wing slaps me in the face.
As you go to like look around and kind of gather some information, Gladier, one of the most attractive, bustiest of your fans makes her way to you and gives you an ink and quill and bears her chest to you for you to sign.
Uh, yeah, sure, okay.
Blade's just drooling on the side.
With that, a 24 there, low Chris. You do see a couple of other matches concluding around the same time. It looks like the tally is being made, and Darius awaits on a nearby stage, just kind of awaiting for the results so that he may announce them. But some of the matches are just now in their final moments and concluding. With that, I think Albus does what he can. He's like, all right, form a line or something. These, they're not meat for your hands. He's like smacking people off of you guys as they're trying to basically grope you, high five you, touch you in any way. He's doing what he can, but he's like, and he in between running crowd control, he's like, also, I got merch. 3 for 5 or 5 for 10. You guys tell me what's up. Bring me the money. So in between fighting off folks, he is also dispensing merchandise from a rather gaudy backpack that he has on while he slaps hands and makes himself a physical barrier between you and the crowd as best as he is able.
And you just see like a few feet behind him, like amongst the crowd, Renwick's just being crowd surfed around.
Oh yeah, the crowd's getting into it. So you guys notice this particular crowd. You've got a couple hundred people here. You see at various other areas, a couple hundred people kind of attending the other victors as well. But it looks like you guys have at least a couple hundred diehard fans. In this crowd, there are, they're adorned in all kinds of Sands of Justice regalia, and they are even, some of them have face paint of the yellow and black and are kind of representing your colors as best they are able. But you guys are if you haven't realized by this point, you guys are exceptionally famous in Daanal, Wisech, and you have a fairly large fan club who's very excited to see you. Back, you savages! Back! Okay, guys, we gotta go or something. This is getting crazy, and I'm out of merch, so.
Locris would cast a minor illusion twice, playing a trumpet fanfare and the sound of war drums right above us, and that'll last for a minute.
Okay, as the war drums begin to bang, let me make another roll here. Some of the crowd look concerned, but about half of the crowd look pumped up, like they're like even more energetic and kind of unruly. They begin kind of chanting or dancing with the drum beat. They're kind of into it. I'll say with
Otherwise,
that.
yeah, Locris is just waiting to hear the announcement for the matches so then he could get the hell out of there.
All right. I'd say with that, a loud boom comes from the center stage where Doris stands. And he calls out to the crowd, "All right, the results are in." And he reads out, "Of the 15 teams that went in to the second leg of the tournament, only 8 have made it through. Now, the Sands of Justice, the Blue Hand, the Copper Fist, the Silver Hammer, Moldavians, the Black Knights, the Colony of Wick, and the Cult of Aaron." Again, a man runs on stage and whispers something into his ear, and he's like, "Oh, again, of the 30 teams that entered the tournament, only 8 will be moving on to the third leg. That is the Sands of Justice, the Blue Hand, the Copper Fist, the Silver Hammer, the Moldavians, the Black Knight, the Colony of Wick, and the Cult of Aaron. Those of you still in the tournament, 6 days, Port Noble, the last leg of the journey. Make yourselves available there and check in. 6 days' time. That is all." And he throws his hands up and exits the stage. As his voice kind of calls out and echoes through the crowds, you see as many as, there's a bunch of crowds kind of crowding around some of these winners. You guys definitely see, several crowds of, the dejected losers type of fans who are kind of bummed out and are slowly dragging themselves back to their accommodations.
Hey, do you want to go find those courtesans and find out when they want to leave town? Just to save time and their energy to hunt us first.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, could I perhaps maybe send Archie up to kind of fly around and see if he can find these courtesans?
Yeah, go ahead and give me like a perception check through Archie. I assume he's in owl form, correct?
Correct.
All right.
All right. So, advantage. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so Archie flies up and takes a gander, kind of making a wide circle, kind of taking in the view. And he does spot the Bethania and her working girls, all working, but all very much near the wagon. Seems to be where they're doing their business, in the private quarters or two that they can assemble in these covered wagons.
So I guess Blade will kind of. I'd imagine I probably would have warged into view just to kind of see. And yeah, Blade would have probably said, "All right, I'll step by the wagon, as to be expected, I guess." and make his way to the wagon to kind of notify them and let them know that we're going to be on our way to Port Noble.
Okay, yeah. Well, Albust is all too happy to accompany you, and as you kind of make your way towards, through the various crowds towards your wagons, Blade, you notice that Albust's shirt's a little ruffled up. It's not quite buttoned the right way. He missed a couple buttons. There is for sure several like smooches of lips like left behind from lipstick residue, like not only on his neck but on his forehead. And he looks like he's got some bags under his eyes. He looks like maybe he didn't sleep a whole lot last night.
Almost, I don't mean to pry, but it seems like you might be a little tired.
Yeah, it was rough making all this merch, but I talked some of the girls into helping me. It was pretty nice.
I mean, was it just talking? Or did you do some sewing, if you know what I mean? And then I wink.
I mean, there was sewing, there was crocheting, there was mittens, there was socks. It was a good time, Mr. Silverstring. He smiles and winks back.
Oh, yes. I bet a lot of socks. Good on you.
So as you guys make your way back to the wagons, the hustle and bustle of the city is still kind of going. There's still this very festival-like atmosphere, and you're having a hard time pretty much going anywhere without being recognized. Once you break away from the crowd, no matter where you go, there's eyes on you. People like, oh, it's them, or people who just want to run up to you and give you a quick handshake. Oh man, that was really impressive. Good show, good show. And so you guys are kind of constantly bothered by the hustle and bustle of this small village as people kind of gawk and comment at your recent exploits. But you make your way back to the wagons, and Bethania kind of cocks an eyebrow. So, what are the plans from here, Mr. Silverstring? And she hands you another pouch. This is a leather purse, and it contains 250 gold pieces.
Blade will take the pouch and just kind of smile and kind of put it away and just say, thank you, Bethania. As to be expected, we are going to be moving on to the next leg of the tournament, which is in Port Noble. Are you familiar?
I've been there once or twice. They don't take kindly to our profession there. It's one of the few places in the realm they actually crack down. So we'll travel with you to Port Noble, but I don't think we can work in the city. So we might circle up outside the city gates.
That'll be no problem. You just let me know where to drop you, and we'll make sure your accommodations are right.
Excellent. I'll round up the women. When are we leaving?
Remind me what time of day it is.
At this point, all the matches kind of happened like first thing in the morning. So after you guys kind of had your match and battled the crowds, I'd say it's probably like noonish at this point. Probably midday.
Okay. I guess Blade will kind of be like, oh, I suppose we'll probably want to stay here the night. We'll see. We'll be a little touch and go about it, but I'd imagine we leave by dawn. Next leg of the tournament starts in 6 days. Does that work for you?
Perfect. And well done. It was quite the venture for your team. We even got some of it away out here. She gestures to like some silver balls that are floating through the air, and they seem to be, projecting images of various teams and whatnot. And it's kind of like replaying all of the matches, including your guys's. So you get like a highlight reel that's kind of magically being exploited out there to the crowds. So, while Bethania kind of makes preparations to be getting on the road again tomorrow, what do you guys do from here? You've bested your match, and it's midday or so. The hustle and bustle of the city around you. Tell me how you guys want to proceed.
Renwick just looks over at Logus and just says, I know you'd like to enjoy all the fanfare and everything, but I'd say it's probably time to go, right? What do you think? I'm just being
Yeah,
a
we
dick.
better. Let's get our shit and get the hell out of here. The traffic's already going to be bad.
I just need a few minutes to prepare. But I'll meet you guys at the caravan. And Renwick's gonna attempt to do his little sabotage shit again, and he'll try to sneak off and like slow down one of the carts and mark it again with a different clan's like tag.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check as you make your way. I assume, are you messing with another wagon
So,
in the Silver Hammers caravan, or are you going for
all
like a
right,
different
so
group?
we have Sands of Justice, Blue Hand, Copper Fist, Silver Hammer, the Moldavians, Black Knights, the Colony of Wick, and the Cult of Eron, correct?
Correct.
Which one of those is the ant people?
The Colony of Wick is the
Okay,
ant people.
makes sense. All right, so at this point, I would have seen like the symbol for the Colony of Wick, right? Or like whatever their emblem might be.
Yes, if you don't recall, it is kind of like a white flag, but it has like a golden W upon it.
Mhm. Okay, and then remind me, like, do we know of the Moldavians and the Cult of Eron? I think those are new.
They might have been mentioned in passing, but you don't essentially know much about either. No.
Okay. Um, I'll I want to sabotage the Copper Fist and leave the mark of the Colony of Wick because last time I sabotaged the Silver Hammer and left the Blue Hand. So like I'll just continue to stir these like random incidents, I guess, amongst like several of them. I don't want to like focus too much on one because they might get suspicious.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Go ahead and give me a stealth check as you make your way over to the Copper Fist's traveling caravan.
It's gonna be a 26.
All right, yeah, you make your way using the crowd, and they are kind of having a similar problem that you guys are having. They won their match. They are fairly popular. A lot of fans kind of throng them here and there, and you find it all too easy to slip under one of their wagons unnoticed. So, aside from making a bit of a mark, the colony of Wick. Give me like a sleight of hand check, probably with proficiency, considering you have like thieves' tools and stuff. But give me a sleight of hand check to sabotage this wagon.
Would my oh god, what are they called? Gloves of thievery apply here?
Yeah, I'd say you're probably using your
Actually no,
thief tools.
it does say lock picking. Never mind. I just
Oh,
I thought for a second it was like just applied to like stealth and dexterity sort of things.
I thought it was stealth and dexterity as well. I didn't think it was just
Yeah.
lockpicking.
No worries. What was the check you wanted? Sorry.
Let's do a sleight of hand to
Sleight of
determine
hand.
how well you sabotage this wagon.
All right. 15. But oh wait, I have reliable talent, so that would bring it up to a 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Yeah. Nicely done. You loosen a couple of bolts and file just the right spot in the piece of wood on kind of a few tires. The wagon is fairly sabotaged. It will probably make it out of the village, but not far.
And he'll also pull out his dagger and just carve the symbol of the colony of Wick and like some scratch marks that make it look like these ant creature appendages, like, whittled it into the underside of the carriage.
Okay, I'm gonna need. I'll let you choose. You can go with a sleight of hand, a deception, or a performance check for that particular role. But let's see how well you do in convincing a convincing emblem, if you will.
Yeah, I'll go sleight of hand for a 28.
Ah, well done. You get like the mandible marks just right, and yeah, it does look as if one of these ant creatures has left its mark.
And yeah, he'll just dip back into the crowd and then like make his way through and pretend like go back to, like greeting fans and stuff as he passes through. He might like point up and get them to like crowd surf him through the busier sections until he makes it back to the party and acts like nothing happened.
Okay, yeah. As you guys are kind of hanging out with Bethania and her working girls at the wagons, maybe in your own private quarters, maybe just milling about, Renwick arrives, and on the shoulders of several fans, they bring him straight to the wagon and then set him down. And several of them shake his hand. Oh, thanks for the good match. We'll be looking forward to seeing you next one. Yeah, good game out there. And make high fives, handshakes, etc.
So we're about ready to hit the road then, gang.
Yeah, I assume Locris would have topped off supplies for the road and whatnot, provisions.
Yeah, easily done. Pick up some food, some water, some make sure the horses are rested and whatnot.
Yeah, head out.
So we'd like to leave tonight. Or now.
I'm pretty sure this town's going to get drunk and crazy tonight, so leaving in the morning would probably be in the middle of a rush.
It'd probably be in our best interest, and I mean, we can certainly protect ourselves along the road, so I'm not too worried about traveling at night. I'd rather push through and be one of the first ones to the next town. And he kind of glances over his shoulder, back toward the other caravans, and then looks down the road and was like, I really think with it we could just go ahead and we'd be perfectly fine. I mean, we didn't take much out of us at the Griffin Ball games or anything.
I mean, do you wouldn't want to stay and celebrate even a little?
Oh, we celebrate all the time. I mean, every now and then you just need a break, you know. My liver can only do so much.
I guess. I'll let Bethania know. And I'll let her know that we're leaving.
Oh, sooner than expected. All right, give me a moment. Let me recall my girls. And she goes and fetches a few girls from the crowd. She goes into the wagon and has a couple of Johns tossed out. And within only a few short moments, Bethania and the courtesans and their drivers of each of these coaches, each of these wagons, is ready to head out. As you hear the crack of the leather on the horses, and the caravan begins to move, leaving Crossroads behind, heading north. You guys make your way through the crowds. It's slow work. People want to stop and congratulate you, and they're kind of making your way through the crowd takes time, but you do eventually get to the outskirts of the village, and you begin making your way north, sticking to the road. As you guys are leaving the village, a decent contingency of soldiers, the King's Guard, if you will, draped in various regalia to kind of identify them as lawmakers or peacemakers. And as they approach the city, the leader, this lieutenant, kind of spots you. Says, "Oh, and do we have the Sands of Justice on the road to Port Noble so soon? I mean, you've just won the games." This lieutenant is marching with probably 20 soldiers, and they block your path, essentially. And he kind of calls out to you.
Well, yes. The after party is usually the same raucous drunks with fights, and we're a bit exhausted from that, so we figured get a head start.
I mean, fair. That's half the reason we come to hang out in this small village at this time of day. Kind of keep the drunken ruffianisms to a minimum if we can. He smiles. He says, and the other half was to maybe get a glimpse of one of our hometown heroes. I don't suppose you maybe could introduce me to Mr. Blade Silverstring, eh? He kind of sheepishly looks at the ground, kind of grinds a boot into the dirt.
That'd be a bit of a tall order. He's a rather busy man, especially these days. What having led us to victory at the Griffin Ball game and whatnot.
I see.
Cutscene,
I see.
I just say like cutscene. He's probably like messing around in the in the cart there.
Well,
Are you hooking up with a courtesan as we're getting ready to leave?
Maybe.
the lieutenant kind of steps forward and he says, well, like I said, the drunken brawl was only half the reason for us to be here. I've got a bit of official mail, if you will. He pulls from inside his armor, it looks like a faded parchment that's stamped and sealed with the king's symbol. Says, I've got a parcel that should probably be delivered as soon as possible. And he smiles.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels like you're trying to flirt with Blade a little vicariously through us. But I'm not gonna knock you for it. And Renwick will move forward to, I guess, accept this parcel on Blade's behalf since he's not here.
As you go to take the parcel, he snatches it back. Says, this is something that's official business, and no offense, Sands of Justice, but I know that Blade is the only one of you from Tirna, and I am supposed to deliver this unto him or his representative of him, but it would have to be an official representative, i.e., someone also from Tirna. a citizen, if you will. No offense, but
I am a hand-selected representative of Blade Silverstring, and if that's not good enough for you, well, then I'm not sure that that parcel's good enough for him.
it's all right, Mr. Renwick. I can do this. I'm from Tierna. I'm a citizen, and I'm also in Blade Silverstring's employ, so I can take the parcel. And kind of glowers come over this lieutenant's face, but he does deliver the envelope unto Albust. He says, "All right then, see that it gets it immediately, and have a nice trip to Port Noble." And he, with a command of his hand, he marches his small contingency of guards around your caravan and leaves you on the road as he heads in to Crossroad. The driver kind of gives you an eyeball, but shrugs. Another crack of the leather, and the horses begin their travel north, to sticking to the road. You guys do see people kind of coming and going. A lot of a festive type, people excited to celebrate this, that, or the other. And whether they're coming or going, it is a fairly busy road. You encounter more guards and things, but yeah, essentially, you're roughly 2.5 days from Port Noble by the road. And as you guys make your way north, it's the countryside seems to kind of stay the same. It is rolling hills of green grass as far as you can see in every direction as you make your way north. So, is there anything in particular that you guys would like to do in your roughly 2 to 2.5 days of downtime?
I mean, Lucas would probably just be thumbing through his books and every night, or yeah, just chilling.
Okay, excellent.
I don't think Glader has much he'd really be doing. He'd probably just be helping out Albust with um, more merch stuff and maybe like help him think up some more designs.
Yeah, I think Renwick would be part of the design team, just like helping talk about like different like emblems and symbols for each of us and like specific gear for each member. Like just getting really like sucked into the whole fanfare of everything.
And I don't know if Albus would have approached Blade, but Blade probably would look over the parchment or the letter that he would have received.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Almost would have delivered it like immediately. You had the letter, before the guards were even out of sight. And as you crack it open and read it, it's not good news, Blade. You have 72 hours to confront some charges being thrown at you. Apparently, Marcurio from Marcurio's Curiosities has filed a rather hefty criminal complaint against you, Mr. Silverstring. He's claiming 5,500 gold pieces in fraud. And you have 72 hours to address the issue, or you will be arrested.
Blade just kind of rolls his eyes. Well,
Good news, I hope,
Eddie?
Mr. Silverstring. Check this out. He shows you pieces of merch occasionally, and what he has busted out this time is a rather, there's only one term for it, a rather slutty courtesan uniform. It is in the yellow and black colors, but it's almost like a slutty cheerleader outfit. It's a few sizes too small and a bit too frilly in places, but he's like, huh? Yeah? What do you think about that? You think Basanya could get on that? You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sure she could sport that nicely. Well done, Albus. You're really growing into this.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, to be one of the greats. He kind of kicks back in the wagon with you.
Isn't it? It is great to be one of the greats. Pretty soon, Albus, you'll have the world at your fingertips, and it's an incredible feeling.
Pretty soon? Are you kidding me? It's like it's been nothing but magic since I met you guys. This is fucking amazing. So awesome.
Oh, Albus, how much would you say we've made so far in our proceeds with our merch?
Oh man, check this out. He runs to one side of the wagon and fetches a lockbox and produces it. And all of us has made roughly 1,200 gold pieces.
Well done, Albus.
I've completely sold out of stock every single time. It's like fucking awesome. You guys are like the easiest thing to sell. Well, besides like, Bethania's business. You guys are next.
No, that's to be expected. Bethania's business is, well, Bethania's business. It's going to sell itself. No, to be completely transparent with you, Albus, this letter was not good news. It was the a gentleman that we had claimed that we'd wear his his attire on the challenge, but did not. We decided to wear something proper, so now he's trying to get some money back from us.
What a douche. Oh my god.
Some people, you can't let people like this get you down, Albus.
Mr. Silverstring, I will absolutely fucking kill that guy for you.
Yeah, hopefully won't call for that. Thank you, though. I really applaud your willingness. But
Hey,
we need you helping us with the merch.
oh yeah, that's right. I gotta get back to it. I got like, 10 more of these little slutty bikinis to make. It's gonna be awesome. Alright, see you later. All this takes off. Goes back to making merch.
Blade just kind of like as he turns his back and walks away and gets back to it, and Blade's just gonna kind of smile and just be proud. Be proud for Albus. He's really grown up.
Alright, so as the caravan kind of makes its way through these grassy rolling hills, um, stop me if there's anything you guys want to do in this couple of days of downtime. But as you make your way through these rolling grassy hills, you see people coming and going, etc. You pull off to the side at night to make camp. The road stays busy, not only well guarded but well traveled. Maybe Bethania and her courtesans, occasionally encourage trying to stop at camps where there's maybe other wagons, so her and her courtesans could do a bit of business. But for the most part, you're travels are uneventful. You make your way north with haste, and after 2 days on the road, on the morning of the third day, you see the coastline. There is just this, as you come through these rolling hills, you see a vast ocean in the distance and a large, sprawling kind of city off on the horizon. And as you kind of approach, as you get closer to this city, you begin walking by like these large, grand estates. There's like marble white pillars with this like bronze gate, and you look beyond it, and there's like manicured lawns, trees, orchards, like hedge mazes and things. You see fountains, you see statues, you see these big manors that are, multi-storied. Most of them are white with these giant like pillars out front, wrap around porches. You see that there are people working in the fields. You see stables. You see pure white horses being marched across very manicured green grasses. As you go past some of these these white marble pillars with the bronze gates, they have like crests in them, and usually there is a guard or two just kind of standing at the gates. And as you guys kind of approach and start seeing these estates and begin getting closer to the city, every once in a while, as you travel, one of the guards from one of these estates gates will kind of step out, and the first one that does is the estate of Leblanc, and the guard steps out and stops your caravan. Halt! We've been told to look out for contestants for the upcoming tournament, of which we believe that is you, and we've been instructed to give you gifts from the family Lacourt. And kind of in a festival style, this guard kind of takes like a large bowl of like wrapped toffees and like kind of basically distributes them all, but kind of freely. Like he's basically like pelting you guys and your caravan with these almost like parade style, but in reverse. Like they're pitching candies and little trinkets on you, and that is from the family Leblanc. And as you continue on down the road, even closer to the city, it happens again. Another set of guards stop you, and they give you the same spiel. We've been instructed to show respects to any of the future contestants, and here you go. And the second one is, instead of a bunch of toffees, it's a bunch of like actually well-made wooden figurines. They only stand a couple inches tall, but they are expertly crafted and painted, and it's everyday people: a lumberjack, a blacksmith, a tavern wench, an innkeeper, etc., etc. So they pass out a bunch of these wooden figurines. And once again, you make your way closer to the city through these rolling hills next to all of these grand estates and manors. And a third time you are stopped. And this time, the guards, they shower you with small gifts, but these are like clay, like spinets. Clay like almost like dreidels, essentially. And said, these, we are instructed to shower the oncomers with gifts from none other than the family Arnault. And they take a deep bow and then skitter off the side of the road back to their post. With that, you guys continue onward into Port Noble. Port Noble is a small, like, coastal city along the northern coast of Tirna. Centrally located between many other settlements, it makes this location a popular site for trade as well. You see plentiful markets, from far away. A large dock is home to several dozen vessels. They all appear to be like fishing vessels and small, like, cargo transports. But you do occasionally see flags from the Alliance Islands. Looks like they are doing business here. So cargo comes and goes by ship daily, and you can see that, like, a lot of Port Noble is kind of focused on the port area itself. That's where most of the housing is. There's a lot of neighborhoods, and each neighborhood boasts its own artisans, inns, and taverns, etc. And it is several neighborhoods kind of conglomerate around the bay. So, as you guys kind of make your way in, once again, you guys are recognized. In fact, you see merch. It's not something that Albus made and distributed, but it's like homemade stuff. Like, people are representing your colors. You see your flag waving. You see, several, like, people kind of shout out and holler at you on your way by. You guys are reputation precedes you. Fuck, that was hard. But as you guys kind of enter this city, what do you do? Tell me how you proceed. Bethania kind of pulls Blade aside and says, "We'll take you into the city and drop you off, but we can't work in the city limits, and the nobles frown on us camping too close to their grounds, so we might have to stay hours away at this point."
As to be expected. Thank you, Bethania. Why don't you kind of drop us off at the entryway here? The gate, if you would.
Sounds good. We'll be on the other side of Snob Lane. Mm-hmm. She kind of gestures to the various manors you guys went by.
Well, boys, should we go in and try and find some place to stay while we're here, or maybe relax a little bit, stock up on supplies?
Okay. Let's see what merchants and shit they have.
Now, if I remember correctly, like this is pretty a pretty familiar place for Blade.
Correct, Blade. This is your hometown. This is where you were raised. You know every street. You know half the vendors. This is where you and Doris met. This is home for you.
Um, if you wouldn't mind, maybe we can make our way to a tavern after we've perused the merch.
All right. So, what kind of merch are you guys looking for? If you want to peruse the markets, this is a fairly decent sized city, and it is absolutely a trade hub between other countries as well. So it is quite bustling in the merchandise department. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Mm,
Yeah, when we get a shopping episode and then think of a shopping list.
I've actually shopped so much lately that I think I barely have any gold.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, "There's no way these guys still have thousands of gold. There's just no way." But I don't, keep super tight tabs on your
No, man,
on your
I'm
purse.
sitting at like about 350 gold. Like I blew it all on random shit over the last few sessions. So I'm tapped. I'm just here for the tournament.
All right, all right.
I still have 6,900.
Oh man, I thought I got you for a pile of it, but I guess not.
I got quite a bit as well. If anyone needs anything,
Yeah, I still got like 7,000.
Jesus,
How
peasants.
the fuck? All right,
I've got 13.
I have 12,000.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't really buy that much.
I don't ever buy anything. I
Good
think
lord.
all my loot I found.
Well, I think what it is we're the guys in the video games who ends up finishing the game with 6,000 healing potions because you just never know when you need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been buying like scrolls and shit that I knew would just be useful to have for like random spells so we're not taking up stuff. And like that legend lore thing, and yeah, I've actually been spending my gold. It was like the one time I didn't just hoard fucking everything. So I mean, if somebody happens to find a way to upgrade my rapier, that'd be sick, but other than that, like Renwick's pretty well set.
Locris would
Maybe
be looking at weapons to see if he could find something higher with a little bit different than the Sunblade he's currently using.
okay, yeah. Let me pull up a little chart here. So you venture through a few weapon stalls. Some of them mundane. Some of them, have a fancy weapon or two, but you do eventually find your way down to the dock, and it's like a shipside merchant, like not like a proper like brick and mortar store, but like a merchant that just sells gear right off the boat, and he seems to have quite a few fancy items of various styles and magics. And a couple of things that you notice right off the bat. Go ahead and roll me a d4 if you wouldn't mind. Three. Okay. So you take a look at what this guy's got for wares. He's got it's almost like a general store. He's got a lot of different things. He does have a weapon rack, and laying within it are four different kinds of short sword. And they each appear to be infused with a different type of elemental power. Like, i.e., they would do four different types of elemental damage. There is fire, lightning, acid, and force. And there are, yeah, but like I said, these four short swords gleaming with this magical energy. And yeah, the guy kind of eyes you up and down and says, yeah, these are pretty good. Maybe we could do a bit of trading, but if we gotta have them outright, we'll call it 7,500 for any one of those.
How much damage does it seem to do?
Oh, it's quite good, quite a bit. It's quite excellent in the damage department. Lopped off at least one head of a merfolk with each one of those. They're impressive.
See, I'm using a stronger weapon right now, and I'll pull the Sunblade as it's supposed to look. How would you say it compares?
I'd say you trade me straight across, and I'll give you any two of those short swords for that Sunblade there.
Is there some verbiage I can use to figure out if it's as good or better than a +2?
So what you are looking at are four short swords. They are all +2. However, they all have 2 charges per long rest of an additional 2d6 of their elemental damage. Yeah, so they're still +2, but they do have elemental damage additional charges, etc.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure I get my numbers right here, real quick. So we can pause there if somebody wants to do something else.
Okay, so while Locris kind of takes a gander at some swords, what are any of the rest of you doing? Anything in particular?
I was probably actually gonna look at some spell scrolls if there's someone around that deals in that sort of thing.
I'd say down by the docks, there are probably several stalls next to each other, each kind of specializing in a different sort of magical like scroll, either like class, like abjuration or alteration or conjuration, etc. So you'll have to peruse through several stalls, but essentially, you can find just about any spell scroll from level 4 or lower in this particular area, and sticking to the wizard spell list specifically.
Wizard spells, okay. Um, okay.
Divine spell scrolls will probably be sold at like a temple or something if you're looking for like cleric spells, and there are a couple of different temples here. Should you want to go that route?
Okay. I think. Well, I know for sure one of them I want to buy is Thunderstep. It's a 3rd level spell. It is on the wizard spell list.
Third level, we're just gonna times the spell level by 500. So, third level spell will be 1500 price.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do one of those for 1500, and then I'm checking if this other spell is also wizard. Nope, not wizard, so never mind. I want Misty Step too, maybe. Actually, yeah, I'm always doing some dumb shit. Misty Step might be good. And make sure I'm pretty sure Misty Step is wizard, but I just want to double check before confirming. Yes, it is. All right, yeah. So I'll do Thunderstep and Misty Step. Misty Step is only 2nd level. So you said 500 per level?
Correct. So it's only 1,000.
1,000. Okay, so 2,500 total for the 2 scrolls. So yeah, I will take those 2.
Excellent. Excellent.
Gold, goodbye.
All right. So you said that deal was Sunblade for 2 short swords straight across.
Aye.
I take him on that deal. I'll take the force and the asset.
Pleasure doing business with ya. And he takes the Sunblade and kind of positions it to be like the centerpiece in his sword rack, and surrounds it with the other two blades. So it's a short sword, 1d6, has 2 charges per long rest, and those charges allow an additional 2d6 worth of damage upon a successful hit of the element of choice. So
I'll be on the lookout for bookshops as well to look for more on Naelgoloth, as well as Heavens to try and figure out where the hell that last shard is. And if the Book of Charisma still somewhere magically appears.
okay, noted. Go ahead and give me like an investigation check as you kind of make your way through the market and through these various stalls of booksellers.
21.
So with a 21, I'm gonna say you do find some various books on Neologoth and outer realms, the upper and lower realms, etc. But aside from maybe reading the title and a light peruse, the bookseller kind of stops you and I can't let you read it right here for free. 10 gold for each. And he presents you 3 separate books.
On the quick peruse, does it look like it has information that I wouldn't already have?
I'm going to say with a 21 investigation check, it's nothing you haven't heard before, but without reading every page, you won't know if there might be a tidbit here or there that you missed.
Fucking FOMO. I'll take all 3.
All right, 30 gold pieces.
And then I'll make my way back to the party.
All right, so after you do a bit of running around the market, you guys kind of reconvene in a nearby town square. And tell me how you guys kind of proceed. There's the hustle and bustle of the city. You guys are kind of near in this town square. There's a few various like fountains and pools. A few people kind of gawk as they walk by, like, is that the Sons of Justice? I think it is. Holy shit, they're here early. Oh man, and they kind of gossip to themselves as they move along.
I mean, we've got several days to kill. Do you guys want to go see if anybody needs help, just for old time's sake, just to kill some time? Does anybody have a better idea?
Yeah, I actually wanted to do a little shopping.
Well, you probably should have
No,
said something earlier then.
well, y'all were moving very fast. I didn't have a chance. No, I just wanted to see, if they had any bows. I do have a pretty strong bow. I just wanted to see what they have here, and plus any like magical curiosities that might be here. Um, just peruse the magical items.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d4.
Watch this. Watch this D4 right here. It's gonna be a 4. Oh, a 3.
A 3. So, similar to kind of Locris's situation, you find one of these, like this boatside merchant that just has a bunch of like magical, like like basically a magical item general store. And aside from a weapon rack or two, he does have like a magical bow display. And there are four magical bows in this display. He's asking 7,500 each. But these four bows, just for sake of brevity, they are +2, and they each of them has like a different element. So they are short bows, but one is fire, one is cold, one is lightning, and one is acid.
They're all short bows.
Correct. So it is 4 + 2 short bows, one fire, one cold, one lightning, and one acid. And they, like, similar to the short swords that Locris encountered, they have 2 charges per day, and they do an additional 2d6 of damage on a successful attack roll of the element of choice.
Logus kind of turns his nose at the little bows because he uses a long bow. Is there any other magical items like any I don't know, anything out of the normal, anything weird?
Um, Give me like a genre of what you're looking for. This guy's got like a small general store, and he's like, yeah, he definitely has tons of magical items. Are you looking for just like a curiosity, like a little knickknack, or are you looking for like some jewelry, maybe some clothing? He's got a little bit of everything.
I was just saying like some a little more powerful. I don't have anything specific in mind. Just like maybe something that would require attunement.
Yeah, he's got a plethora of items that do require attunement, from various rings and circlets. He's got a couple of cloaks, some boots, some belts. He's got a wide array of items that would require some attunement.
Let me look over the inventory in D&D Beyond, and I'll shoot you a message if I find something
Okay, for sure.
for the sake of moving it on because it's kind of spitballing.
Alrighty. So, Logos off kind of perusing, you guys kind of hanging nearby. How do you guys want to proceed? Logos picks through the market.
Back to the previous discussion. I think Blade said he wanted to hit up a bar after shopping.
Yeah, maybe once everyone is done here, we can head to an old tavern of mine. I used to frequent.
Oh, for sure. So the markets aren't technically going anywhere. You guys will be here for a few days, so we could say that Logos has kind of caught back up with you. If something catches your eye, Logos, though, you could always head back to the market for it. But essentially, yeah, you guys all kind of convene, and where would you like to go, Mr. Silverstring?
Now, if I remember correctly, there should be a tavern around here by the name of the Rusty Beaver.
All this, I mean, Mr. Silverstring, that's fucking awesome. Do you guys ever do stuff besides like you do awesome stuff and then you get like party hard and then it's just more adventure? Like, is this the norm? Is this my life now?
This is the new norm, Albus, the new norm. And hopefully you got your belt buckled because it's going to keep on moving.
I love you guys so much. A tear comes to his eye as he flicks it away. Yeah, Blade, you know these streets like the back of your hand. The Rusty Beaver is only a few blocks down. And as you guys kind of make your way down the cobblestone streets to around a corner, around a bend, Blade, you come upon the Rusty Beaver, and it is not as you remember. The sign out front is rusted, maybe as always, but it hangs. Only half of the original sign remains. It looks like it's been broken. The windows boarded up. The door looks like it was boarded up as well, but it's only a board or two. Meanwhile, the door, kind of still on the hinges, is wide open. It's essentially really not stopping anyone from entering. But it looks to be in a sad state of affairs. It looks neglected, dilapidated, and, worst of all, empty.
Blade will kind of he'll go ahead and kind of rush ahead, maybe a bit of the in front of the group, and just kind of make his way in and be like, "Oh, this is not at all as I'd remembered."
Yeah, as you kind of duck under one of the boards, kind of acting as a makeshift barrier, you enter the bar, and it looks similar to how you remember, but things are run down. There is a thick coat of dust along all of the tables and chairs. The cobwebs stick together in what few bottles remain on the shelf behind the bar. And behind the bar, sitting, staring at you as you enter, is a very intimidating black knight type of figure, fully armored, head to toe. He stares at you with these piercing blue eyes, but the blue eyes are all you can see. The rest of his face in this black full plate armor is obscured. It's like magical darkness envelops him, and all you can see are these piercing, basically glowing blue eyes. And he stares at you as you enter, a bottle of whiskey before him and a single glass on the table. And he nods. "You told me you'd come here. Welcome." He gestures as he pours himself a drink.
Blade will approach. What's the meaning of this? This is not at all as I'd left it.
"I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a thirsty traveler, stopping in for a drink." He pours the shot, takes it, sets a silver coin on the table.
Blade's just gonna step up behind Blade, not say anything, but just be there and put his hand on the hilt of his sword.
Whoa.
So your turn.
Relax there, Dragonborn. Not here to fight. Just have a drink. Maybe a talk. Maybe make a deal. Who knows?
A talk.
He pours himself another drink.
What sort of deal are you trying to strike up?
Well, why don't you come with me and see? He takes the drink, shoots back another shot of whiskey, scoots out from behind the bar, and slowly, with these loud, deep thuds, as he begins to walk in his full plate armor, He slowly begins to walk up a set of nearby stairs, which you know to be a couple of rooms for rent, but also the old barkeep's personal quarters. And it is to the latter of which he heads to. So, you follow him up these stairs and into this room. And you see an old man, shriveled, not doing well. He coughs as you guys kind of enter, and he looks miserable. He is very old and not in good health. He looks to be on his deathbed. And as he sees you come in, a slight smile kind of cracks his face. Oh, I remember you, Blade. How are you? Did you find what you were looking for out there?
Well, you never really find what you're looking for always, but I found friends and companionship. What is going on here? What's the meaning of this? You look terrible.
Always an honest lad. Well, I'm dying, and I don't have any kin, so bar's gone to shit, and this guy, he scares me, but he offers me hope. Kind of looks to the dark, imposing knight figure. An ordeal. Have you considered it? The old man stops for a moment, kind of drifts his gaze back to you, Blade. So, anything worth living for out there? Or should I let it all go?
There's always something worth living for. Even in the darkest days, there always is. You just gotta go and find it. There's nothing for me here, but I found my friends. And I point back to my group. And they've only made me stronger.
Aye,
What's that?
friends are good to have. You're right. Maybe I should stick around a bit longer. All right. I will take your deal. He holds a weak and feeble hand out to the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight reaches forward and takes his hand, and in a blast of divine energy, it just washes over the room. Not like Gladier's holy, warm, happy feeling type of divine energy. There is a darkness to this, almost a sickness, but divinity, a sense of the divine rather than the arcane. And the man begins to rapidly improve in health before your very eyes. His next breath brings his chest and arms, and they creak and crack and pop, and he stretches, and he seems to just inflate with not only like weight and muscle, but also color to his face, and his bald head grows a bit of gray hair, and he immediately sprouts a mustache and a beard, and as he takes his second deep breath, he and his eyes shoot open and he sits up. He's like, oh, well, that was unpleasant, but thank you. He looks to the knight. The knight nods. I'm going to pour another shot of whiskey before I am on my way. The man nods. Yeah, yeah. All right. Then the knight leaves, heads back downstairs to where he was sitting, and goes to sip another drink of whiskey. The man looks to you, Blade. Ugh. You're right. Unpleasant as it might be, I feel great now. He sits up and is like, so, Blade, Silverstring. Where's Doris and Venria? We should get to. It's been a while since the bar's been open. We should have a bit of a shindig. I feel 25 years younger. A shindig, I say. We'll sell drinks. We'll make the music. Kind of like old times, yeah. Where are they? Fetch them, quickly. Quickly now. Do any of them play instruments? He points to your crew.
Oh, it's nice to see you in better health. Venria is unfortunately locked up currently by Mr. Arnold Senior.
Aye, he's kind of a twat. But, well, he was easier to talk to back in the day. Yeah. The farther along in his career he gets, the more of a twat he is, I think. Don't tell him I said that, though.
As for Darius, we are, well, I'm not actually sure where he is. We saw him recently, but he's been, I'm sure you are aware of the King's Tournament. He's been leading it.
Oh, is that now? Oh boy, I must have been down for weeks, months. I don't. He looks a little woozy. He's like, I've lost a bit of time, but nonetheless, the bar hasn't been open in at least weeks. I'm gonna have to do some cleaning and get a shindig going. I need you to draw in a few crowds. Renrir and Darius are my only two loyal customers. Kind of doesn't feel like much of a grand opening without them, But I guess we'll have to suffice. Perhaps me getting back into business will bring him back around. What do you say? Venrir's locked up. For what? Did he nick something again?
Oh, he's being accused of theft.
Aye. Yeah. Sneaky fucking halflings. Especially that one. He probably did do it. But don't tell the guards that,
Oh, yeah. Possibly, but it's not like Venrir to do something like that.
Yeah, not from old man or Nolt, anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry, but if you don't mind me asking, what sort of deal did you strike up there with your fellow friend?
He swallows pretty hard. He says, well, he promised me life, health, and longevity. The only under condition that when he feels the time is right, that he may take it back. No. Could have an hour, could have 20 years. Who knows? But it sure beats dying slow and painful like.
And there's always a cost, I guess, but it's leaves me a little uneasy to have your fate resting in his hands, like that. But I see where you're coming from. If to be dying slowly like that is no way to live. I don't know if I would have done differently.
Well,
I think Glader probably. Oh, sorry.
go
I
ahead.
was
No,
gonna say,
go
I
ahead.
think Glader probably would have followed him up there, not wanting to leave Blade alone with this creepy guy in black armor. Um, so if I witness this, could I like get any sort of sense of like what he did? Since like you said, it had some sort of like divine feeling towards about it. would I pick up anything just being a holy person myself?
I'll say, yeah, with your kind of sense, there is a we'll say, I'll allow a knowledge religion or an insight check to kind of determine what exactly went down there.
All right. Surprisingly, my insight is better than my religion. uh, oh shit, that's a 19 on the die for a dirty 20. Did not think that was going to be that good of a roll. For
I,
insight, not religion, if it matters.
okay, insight. This knight in black, is an anti-paladin. You pick it up right off the bat. His energy is almost the exact opposite of yours, and rather than worship, the deities of the outer worlds, even like a dark deity, this knight specifically worships the princes of the nine hells.
Oh shit. So I'm getting like demonic sort of divine, like a demonic divine energy feeling.
You're getting demonic and devil divinity type of magics or feelings off of this individual.
Oh shit. Okay. I think Glader probably would have been a little shell shocked by that because I don't think we've ever run into any demons or devils of like that magnitude. So he probably would have just been standing there and like maybe come to after Blade has been having this conversation, and just kind of like nudges him a little bit with his elbow, just be like, uh, maybe later we should have a little talk, and just like whisper that in Blade's ear, and then he's gonna go downstairs and let him continue to catch up with his old friend.
Certainly. Blade will nod to Gladier.
As Gladier leaves the room, let me roll a die real quick. As Gladier leaves the room, this old man kind of gets up. He looks confused for a moment. Like his eyes kind of glaze over. He looks around the room, kind of confused. He looks to you. Yeah. Oh. Do I know you? You look so familiar. What's your name, son? Wait a minute. What's my name? Where are we? What is this place? Tell me. He grabs your cusp of your collar of your shirt, and he kind of shakes you, and he looks scared. He looks terrified. Like, tell me, where are we? What is this place? Who are you? Why are you here?
Blade will kind of try to calm him down. Like, calm down. It's Blade Silverstring. Remember, this is the Rusty Beaver, your tavern.
His eyes go ahead and give me a persuasion check there, Blade.
$35?
Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Your honeyed words not only calm him down, but the clarity returns to his eyes. Oh, he lets go of your jacket, kind of dusts himself off, dusts you off. Oh, sorry, I don't know what came over me. Yeah, of course. Anyways, the shindig. We should come now. There's plenty to do. Have to clean this whole bar top to bottom. We're going to be open tonight. And he kind of, throws his hand up in the air, and then you hear a loud, pop in his shoulder, and he's like, oh, he kind of overdid it. And he reaches out and plucks an old dusty cane off of the wall, an old dusting walking stick, and he kind of swats at you with it a little bit to kind of get out of his way as he makes his way out of the room and down the stairs. Well, come on now, you probably got to practice for setup. I don't know who's gonna play backup if Venrir or Darius aren't here.
Blade will go ahead and kind of follow him out.
He makes his way down to the bar, and aside from the dark knight drinking by himself, pouring yet another shot, and Gladier, I assume the rest of the party followed into the tavern as well. But he makes his way down and begins trying to, he's old, but he's not incapable. He does walk with a bit of a wobble and a walking stick. He's got a bit of a hunch, but he seems healthy and has, a vibrant kick for life. And he begins. He starts wiping down tables. He opens the blinds, loosens and opens the shutters, begins dusting a few things off, pulls out some like parchment and quill, and begins making a list of like wines and liquors and beers and ales and things he needs to order. And he just begins taking the cobwebs off of everything. And as this old man kind of begins cleaning up his bar, in this dark night, drinking alone, he just kind of stares daggers at Renwick specifically. As you kind of enter this tavern, this dude never breaks eye contact with you, Renwick. Just these piercing blue eyes watching you everywhere you go.
I think he clocks it immediately and recognizes like this is one of the groups. And I think he probably just like meets that same eye contact and sort of nonchalantly will glance over occasionally and like give a nod once in a while, maybe like lift his drink in like a sort of a distant cheers. Um, and then he'll eventually order another round when he finishes his first drink, and he'll make his way over to this knight that's been eyeballing him. And he'll just sit down and he'll slide like one tankard across and one for himself. And just be like, no, I can only assume that you're here for your little friend that's rather not fond of me. Been hunting me for a while now. Is that so?
You are wise for human scum.
Well,
He pours
then
another
what's
shot,
your
and every time he takes a shot, he takes a silver coin out of his pocket and places it in the same spot on this little table that he's sitting at. And there are, 5 or 6 silver coins in this little stack that he has.
Renwick sort of sits back with his tankard and crosses his arms and just says, "You know, I grew up in a tavern. I used to see a man do that. He'd sit there and he'd place his coin on the bar as he bought a beer until he had enough coins sitting there to buy his last beer, and then he'd go home for the night. Is that what you're doing, boyo? Or are you paying penance to your friend down below?"
I drink because it's one of the few things in the mortal realm worth consuming.
Well, if there's not that much worth consuming out here, and what is it that you're doing out here in this tournament?
Well, I'm here for you, of course. My master wishes me to do everything possible, even if it means ruining this world, to bring you to him. And so, I intend to. I will stand in your way, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, for the rest of your natural life.
Oh, that's cute. I honestly admire that you think so highly of me, that you'd take your time to follow us around in this pitiful little tournament, thinking that you're gonna hold me back even a little bit. You see, it's not just me you come after. It's my whole lot, and there hasn't been a single thing that stood up against us. That's damn near even knocked us unconscious. So something tells me you're not gonna be the first. But I do admire your gumption. I'll give you that much.
He raises another glass of whiskey, takes a shot, pulls out a silver coin, adds it to the stack. Well, time has a way of changing things, and I've got a lot more than you. So we'll see. And
Aye.
we'll see.
It's not the amount of time you have, it's what you do with it. I look forward to the brief stint that you'll serve in my life. And he finishes his tankard and sets it down and then places a silver piece on top of this guy's pile and walks away.
He chuckles a bit. You hear a deep rumble of laughter. Like, huh. I see why the master wants to torture your soul. It's an honor in some realms of the nine hells, you know.
Mm. And he just kind of like over his shoulder winks at him and walks away.
The knight kind of, ponders for a bit. Eventually tears his piercing eyes away from Renwick long enough to address Blade. So, what do you want to make that deal? I've got a proposition for you.
Well, looking at my friend here, the barkeep, doesn't look like these are the sort of deals I want to make. What sort of, it'd have to be pretty promising on my end.
Oh, just the standard old swap. How about a soul for a soul? I'll give you that, old man. You hand over the halfling. Simple.
Oh, I am sorry. It is unfortunate, but his soul is not mine for the bartering, and Mr. Renwick is a true champion of this realm.
Well, that's unfortunate. My master was under the impression that you owned this body. He gestures to Renwick. I have seen myself. You lead him with a leash and collar. Your actions confuse us. But perhaps we misunderstand.
What is it that you want with Mr. Turner?
Eternal pain and damnation for his slight against my master.
I could see why that would upset you, but I'm afraid that we are all on a team together. I'm sure you've seen, and it'd be I would be out of my mind if I were to cross any one of these members, as they have all, in some way or another, saved my life, and I will stand up for them.
Well,
I don't believe.
bummer. I figured you'd say as much. He pours the final shot from the bottle, takes it, and leaves a coin. Stacks another coin on top of the one Renwick just dropped. Well, then I guess I should leave. I didn't think this would work, but we had to try. But what will work? What always works. He pulls yet a final coin from his pocket. It is a platinum coin, and on both sides is the symbol that for the Dark Prince Neologoth. He crosses the room and sets it down in front of Renwick. And he looks to you, Renwick, piercing blue eyes and all. He says, "Call, and we will answer. Anything you want. Anything. All you have to do is ask. But you know the price." And then he turns and slowly makes his way out of the tavern.
Lucas will just wave at him as he leaves. Bye.
Ah, nice aesthetic. He nods as he kind of looks you up and down and then walks out. Working for the Lord of Shadows, commendable. He moves on and exits the bar.
Super friendly guy.
It's well.
Anybody else get the impression that that lot's probably going to be a bit of trouble in this next trial? They don't seem to have taken much of a liking to me, although Locris does seem to have an in. And he just sort of like side eyes that Naelagoth coin.
As you kind of look at it, unbeknownst to the rest of your party members, the longer you look at it, it doesn't take long. Whispers echo in your mind. What do you want? Just ask. You will have it.
I think he'll kind of stare at it for a second, look away, like look to see if anybody else notices it. Kind of clocks that like he's the only one that can hear it, and then you just see very subtly like a mage hand sort of like drift flat across the table and pop up and then just flick the coin across the room.
Twang, twang, twang. It clatters to the ground.
So Blade, what's next?
Well, aside from waiting for the tournament, I got this letter here that I meant to notify you guys about. Apparently, I don't know if you remembered, I struck up that deal with that vendor back in God knows remembers what town that is, about wearing his attire for the last leg of that tournament. And now he's charging us, or me rather, 5,500 gold for not wearing us or his his wares during the leg, and if I'm not to pay, then I guess I'm to go to jail.
Oh,
Well, how much
did
do
we
you
not
have?
wear their colors?
No, I think we decided to fly with Albusts, which is, I mean,
The
I
far
guess
superior choice, of course. But
Yeah,
correct.
in our defense, his colors were ugly as shit. So
They they were pretty gaudy colors that he requested. However, the note specifically is for fraud, but it doesn't mention the colors per se. It seems that you promised him a performance mid tournament event that you did not
Oh, that's
deliver
right.
on, and that is what he is charging you for. Fraud.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't praise and shower. I guess, yeah, praise on his brand.
well, I mean, if we pull together our resources, we should be able to pay that back, or maybe I don't try and work out another deal.
Well,
What if we put
who
on a show
said we
for
made
him?
a who said we made a deal in the first place? Did you sign a contract? Was there witnesses?
Mm,
It was a handshake, if I remember correctly.
Okay. I don't recall seeing a handshake. Perhaps you're a little fuddled on that.
I could be mistaken. I do shake a lot of hands. I am famous after all.
I mean, who's to say he didn't make up this deal and just go to the authorities about it because he's working for one of the challengers, trying to take out one of our best players.
You might
how
be onto
long do you
something, though,
have?
Chris.
I don't. I would personally wish for evidence of said deal before any exchange of goods, just to ensure that he's not a liar. After all, you had a lot on your mind. You had a huge challenge coming up. No one could fault you for forgetting small details, correct?
Surely not. I mean, a hometown hero, right?
So for now, I just would not worry about it.
Perhaps you're right, though, Chris. He did give me 72 hours, but I mean, I don't think it'll have come to anything. And if it does, well, then let's just say it slipped my mind.
So you may want to make sure you have the gold, just in case.
Yeah, probably not the worst thing, just in case. But I guess while we're here, probably probably be best to try to link up with Darius once he arrives. I'm assuming he's probably going to be here within the day or so.
Also, wouldn't be a bad idea to stake out a camping spot somewhere for you to put up your door.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty busy area. Um, I'm assuming if we're going to put up anything luxurious like I had before, then it might be best to go outside of town. But I mean, I guess I could. I mean, didn't stop us before. We put up a portal smack in the middle of town.
Because if I remember, all that we see is a doorway, and then everything else behind scenes, basically. So, okay, we go to look for Darius.
Yeah, as look as you might, it would appear that the crew for the tournament has just begun arriving. And Darius, through a bit of information gathering, Darius is not set to arrive for another full day. He is still breaking down and setting up things like stages and props and whatnot at the crossroad, and has likely just left. So he should be within the next 24 hours or so, but you have a full day before Darius arrives.
Now with my discussions that I've had with Doris, would that be would I guess understand like I'm trying to like figure out where Venrir would actually be located, where his cell would be.
You would know, as being from Port Noble, that there are many guard barracks around town, but there is only one jail slash dungeon. And though it is also doubles as a barracks, there is only one place for prisoners within the city, and you would know that it is only a few blocks away.
I mean, it's up to the party and what you guys want to do. We can take some rest, but I wouldn't mind checking in on the situation with Venria.
No, I don't know of any reason we couldn't. I was just going to recommend to Gladier. He maybe check in with. That's your Paylor guy. Who's your other one? Hector?
With what?
Your guy that you went to, who then seemed to make a deal with the Silver Queen, or
Oh, yeah. Horror.
right? Maybe you should try and contact Hor and see if it's his realm that has one of these crystal shards, since we seem to bump into a lot of the same people. After all, there's 9 hells, and Renwick's found the same devil every time.
I did get that potion of commune that I haven't used yet. I could do the commune spell, and I think I have like 3 questions that I could ask any deity. So I mean that's yeah, that's a I've been saving it for a rainy day, but that's a good idea as any to use it on.
Well,
So
I mean, we've got some time to kill.
Is there any other questions after? Obviously, question. Well, let me double check how many questions I get. But is there any other stuff that I don't know anyone wants to know from a deity? We can ask if there's a crystal in their realm or if he knows anything about the crystal. But I mean, I think we'll definitely have up to 3 questions.
I mean, if they happen to know anything about how to get a devil off your back, or at least get his funky bunch to leave us the fuck alone during this tournament, that'd be pretty useful.
It has to be yes or no answers. Contact your deity or a divine proxy and ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. So,
We'd have to have some sort of specific guess.
yeah. Like, could I get the devil off my back by doing this? And then he could say yes or no. But, like, if we just say, do you know how to get a devil off your back? He's going to say yes and then not clarify.
I mean, are there any yes or no questions that might divulge some of Blade's backstory? And Renwood just sort of side eyes Blade.
Yes.
Is Blade a devil? Is Blade trying to kill us?
Have
Is
we been
Blade a
dead this whole
BBEG?
time?
I've always assumed that little rumpabout in the nine hells was inevitable. We have a demon to kill. Also, I mean, we could pick up my father while we're down there.
Yeah, I
There's
mean, I guess.
incentives to go down there. Oh, you guess?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, let's go pick yours up. Oh, wait.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh
Hey.
no.
Lucas, you only get one arc, and we already saved your daddy once. Just because he wants to pull a Princess Peach and get kidnapped again.
He's got a
That's a
point. We
beautiful
all have put
princess.
an
Leave him
ample
alone.
amount of time into just about everybody at this point, so I suppose, despite the fact that he's not telling us much, it's Blade's turn for us to back him up. And also, I think that it's getting cyclical because I've got the demon now. We're going, or his devil, whatever he is. We're gonna have to address that. So, I think I lapped Gladier in terms of storyline. Do you have any skeletons in the closet you haven't told us about?
I think I pretty much laid it out to Bear. First week we knew each other. I'll be trusting you guys real soon, real quick.
That's fair. We did kind of just accept each other for what they were and immediately hit the road. It's a rather unique situation.
All right, so are we gonna check on Blade's friend first, and then maybe tonight I can do the commune and see if I can get any answers from Or?
That's what I'm thinking.
Certainly couldn't hurt.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, Blade, Silver String, lead the way. Oh, wait, before we leave, don't forget to get your leash and collar out for Renwick. We don't want him to run off.
Oh,
Like, it's less about me wandering off and more about me just really wanting some structure in my life. There's no need to kink shame, you fucking prude.
please, Gladia, be respectful.
You don't. That's my bad. You're right.
Jesus. Some people just don't get it as I'm putting the collar around his neck.
It's always the religious types. They're just so hung up on these Puritan values.
I literally
Head
have
off
a baby
Locris.
mom.
Locris would spend an hour attuning to the acid blade.
Ooh, acid.
Okay, yeah. You guys, after a bit of running around and stuff, you pretty much have this bar to yourself. The old man kind of tuckers out after a while of trying to set up and open. I mean, he does a good enough job. He lights a few torches and, wipes down some tables, but essentially you catch him napping on the other side of the bar. You basically have free run of the entire tavern, plus a couple of rooms upstairs.
I would have my zombie acting as the waiter, going to get us drinks and whatever we want.
Oh yeah, excellent. Yeah. Fetching you guys, the limited selection, but what is available is free. So, all right. So, how do you guys proceed from here? We'll say most of the day has gone by at this point. It is probably a late afternoon. We'll call it 4 or 5 p.m. Tell me kind of how you guys proceed.
We
Um, I guess we'd make our way to um I guess probably the barracks or wherever Venrir's being held. And I'd like to inquire about that a little bit.
Okay, yeah, you make your way through Port Noble to the barracks, specifically the jailhouse barracks. There are some of the king's guards coming and going as always, but there is like a small service window off to one side where people would come to pay fines or whatnot, etc., etc. So you kind of make your way. You have to stand in line for a bit. A few people have made it there before you, but eventually you step up to this very grated window. It's almost like picture like a drive-through, but for like official clerical type of situation. And as you kind of walk up, this rather a studious gnome stares you down. She adjusts her rather thick glasses, blinks heavily. Yes? And what about you? You're next. What can I do for you?
I'm here to see Mr. Venrir Hedgehopper.
Oh, all right. She fiddles through a bit of paperwork and slides it to you with a quill and inkwell. Sign these documents and we'll check you in. Standard visiting procedure. 10 minutes is all we can give you. He's on trial for murder.
Murder?
Aye.
Oh, interesting. All right. Blade will go ahead and sign the papers, uh, and yeah, kind of pass them back to her.
All right. Come through the door. She, kind of buzzes you in to this little like foyer type of area. She says, "You can't take nothing with you. What you wearing's fine. Every weapon, every bag, every backpack, everything connected to your belt. Leave your instruments. Leave it all. No funny business." She kind of like provides you with like a locker to deposit your gear into. The same goes with any of you lot if you're coming with him, or you can wait outside. Doesn't matter to me.
Or, it might be best if I were to go alone on this. Maybe you lot can watch over my gear just to make sure nothing silly goes on.
Sounds reasonable.
Sure, you don't
Goodness,
want one of us to come
squints.
with you?
Squints, I believe. Inside check.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an insight check.
I'm pretty sure he can be. Actually, I rolled a 16.
Oh,
Does he look worried?
With an insight of 16, I would say this is the tale for another time is unfolding right before your very eyes, only not because you're being left outside as Blade leaves you behind to continue his tale.
Blade, please. I insist. Take Renwick at least. Just for backup. You never know.
oh, all right, Mr. Turner, would you join me?
I mean, you've literally got me on a leash, so I go where you go.
Oh, that's right. And I give it like a light tug. Follow me.
Insert soft moan.
All right, so as you guys make your way into this foyer, you know, she won't open the door until you guys deposit all of your gear. So you can't bring any weapons or tools or anything with you. Not directly, anyway. Maybe if you wanted to try something on the sly, you could give it a shot. But she essentially watches you guys like a hawk through this window while you guys deposit your adventuring gear. And after you doing so, she comes around the corner and unlocks a barred door, swings it open wide, and allows you guys to enter. She walks you down a long corridor and then to a stairwell that leads down several floors. After somewhere in the basement sub-level 3, she stops. She makes a turn down a long hallway. You guys see rows and rows of prison cells, just standard bars, but no windows. Small concrete, not even really made, but more carved from the stone itself. And as she makes her way over, she says, "Venrir, you've got visitors." And she kind of bangs on the door. A halfling sleeping, kind of startled awake. So, what? Visitors? And she kind of looks to you guys. "I'll be back in exactly 10 minutes to escort you out. You have until then. See you in a bit." And she walks down the corridor back to where she came from. Venrir rubs his eyes and staggers to the door. Hey, Blade Silverstring, am I glad to see you? How you doing, buddy? He holds his hand out for like a low five between the bars.
I'll go ahead and meet his lo-fi. Well then, Venria, I'd say I'm probably doing better than you are. What's the meaning of this? Here I was approaching, thinking you were, wanted for thievery, and at the gate I hear you're wanted for murder. What's up?
Yeah, well, it started as thievery. Yeah, I didn't mean to kill her. I didn't even really kill her. She attacked me, and we fell, and she died. So that was like, I didn't kill her. It's your pa. He's pinning me for murder. I can't convince nobody else any different. He's the only witness, and he's lying. He's being untruthful. He's gonna cost me my head. I got Darius out there. My bail's only, the 30,000 gold pieces, but I'm pretty confident that Darius will whip it up. I hope. It's not looking good. Your pa's got better lawyers than me, better representation, and yeah. So he was gone, and I was thinking, well, who's well off? The Rusty Beaver's kind of failing. The proprietor's sick and, well, frankly dying, and I wanted to help, and I just couldn't, I was wrapping my head around this and that, and I was wondering, like, well, what about you? Your folks, they're well off. I figure, why not? They're kind of not too great to you at the time anyways, so what about some repercussions, some karma in the form of maybe a light burgling. And I was making my way out with a sack full of pretty nice shiny things, and she caught me there at the top of the stairwell. The oldest, orneriest, most ferocious human female I have ever encountered. She was old and wrinkly, but I figured I could just spring past her. I mean, she can't be that spry, but let me tell you what, Blade. Oh, she was spry. She tackled me right down those damn stairs, and we tumbled for a while. We both hit the ground hard, right in the other side of the main doorwell, and well, she didn't make it, and I broke both my legs. Your pa found us. And, wouldn't you know it, started screaming and making all kinds of a fuss. Next thing I know, I'm being dragged off by the guards and thrown in here and tried for murder. No one will hear me otherwise. And I need a hand, Blade. I think this is it for me. If you don't happen to maybe convince him to drop the charges or produce a fairly large sum of money, I'll be marched to the gallows shortly after the King's tournament.
Now, this certainly is a predicament, Venria. I'll tell you what, I mean, Ruth's agility has always been a mystery to me. She's able to catch me running out of the house most days.
I've never seen an old lady move like that. It was she was. How is that even possible? She moved like she was a teenager. She literally sprang at me. She spear tackled me down a flight of stairs that was like three stories. Yeah, it's what the hell? How's it? Wild. If they could have seen it, I mean, technically, I should be probably trying to sue, for damages. Just your maid spear tackled me, but no other witnesses.
Oh, Venria. Well, so we have our two options. We can either talk to my father, or we can pay your, I guess your bill to get out of here. And I can tell you that I don't have the money. I'm not poor by any means, but I not 30,000 gold.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of money, and I would never be able to pay you back anyway, so that's not like a big deal. I understand, but I was hoping that if anybody could maybe sway old man Arnault into not being so angry, maybe cutting me a little slack, maybe not a death sentence. That would. It would probably be you, on account of you're his kid, and he kind of like has to love you by default, right? Right? I mean, come on, you're my only shot. I got a lot of faith in Darius, but I don't know. This is a big task. And he's a good man, but yeah, I don't know that he's got this. Not alone. And the rest of Beaver has gone to shit. He's dying. The old man's dying. The bar's dying. It's everything I held dear kind of went to shit when you left, Blade. I'm not gonna lie. I don't wanna put any more pressure on you than I already am, but my goose is cooked. If you can't talk your pops out of this, like there's nothing that I can do.
Well, I won't let that happen to you, Venria, honestly. I mean, I know for a fact that Ruth was a bit of she was a real personality and a real hag. Never liked her. Straight bitch, really. So, you have my back, and I will, as much as I despise the idea of talking with my father, I'll do it for you, Fenrir.
Well, thanks. And I mean, I did accidentally kill said bitch, so I mean, hey, I kind of did you a favor, so you like doing me a favor, and we'll be even, huh? Yeah? I'll tell you what, I'll even owe you one, for sure.
And Renwick
All right.
finally steps forward along the bars. And are there guards that are like actively watching us, or do we kind of have like a moment of just conversation with him?
It's a long hallway with like a dozen cells, and like at the very end of the hallway, there is a guard that you will have to like walk past to exit. But you have 100 feet or so. Like he's watching you, but not closely.
Okay. So Renwick will get close to the bars, but try to make it, look like he's not doing anything too suspicious. And he'll just motion for Venrir to like lean down so that they're pretty much eye to eye. And Renwick's just gonna look at him and be like, "Now you're asking an awful lot of a really good friend of mine, and I know you've got history with him, but it looks like in the time that he's been away, you've done quite the number to your own life. Now that may or may not be your own fault. We've not seen proof either way. But what I will say is, if he's going to go through with helping you, and we find out that you've been lying, or that he gets hurt, or caught up in some of your bullshit, I can certainly say that I'll exact our own form of justice." And the rapier slowly starts to form out of like his tentacles, ever so slightly. That being said, if you're telling the truth, and we do happen to get you out of here before you're killed, I look forward to getting to know you. My name's Renwick. And then the rapier just slowly like rescinds into his arm and he steps away. Just nods at Blade.
I'm Venrir, and I'm confused and scared. I don't aroused. I don't know. Who is this guy, Blade? You know this guy. What happened to your hand, bud? Oh my goodness, that's rough.
Well, it's not polite to draw attention to it. And his eyes sort of like flash his like kraken eyes for a quick second and then return back to his normal halfling eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't know. But Blade, you're running with a different kind of musicians these days, huh? That's all right. All right. Well, good for you. That's good. 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 You're branching out, diversifying. Good.
Yep,
Ah,
it's a quite a tight crew I run with now. But we'll get you out of here, Venria. I I'll make sure of it.
thank you, Blade. Yeah, like I said, I'll owe you one. We'll get the Rusty Beaver back up and running. We'll get the old crew together. It'll be just like good old times. Looking out for each other. Good times. He kind of, he looks worried, and he kind of sits down back on his bed, and fiddles his fingers as he kind of places him on his knees. If there's anything I can do for you in here, I will. Just say the word. And thanks again, Blade. I appreciate it. You hear the clicking footsteps of this gnomish like guard slash clerk, and she comes rattling a ring of keys. All right, time's up. You can only spend so much time with those accused of murder. One visitor a day. So let me escort you out this way. And her loud clicking boots lead down the hallway. As she returns you guys to your locker for you to reclaim all of the gear you had to part with, you gather up your adventuring gear and make your way outside the barracks slash jailhouse where you reunite with your party. And I think that is where we're going to have to stick a bookmark in our tail for the time being, fellas.
I was about to inside check Blade.
Oh, for sure.
Just gonna play cool.
I think I'd rather use my passive. I have a passive inside of 21. Can I passively see how he's doing?
Blade looks like someone who has probably just played with some plot hooks behind your back.
That bastard. No, I was just about to wild shape into the window if I could have. Logos was getting some FOMO.
Oh yeah, sorry. We were light on Logos this sesh.
It doesn't help that I was like damn near an hour late. Thanks to my lovely wife over here. Taking forever at the store.
Damn, now you really aren't going to be able to make that next kid.
And now I'm going to. Matter of fact, I gotta hop out of here, handle some business.
Noise.
Oh, no.
All right, everybody, presumably good for next week.
I believe so.
Oh yeah, I'll be an
Yeah,
hour
I think
ahead
so.
to make up if anyone wants to talk for a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah,
I
that
need
should
some
be good.
therapy.
We don't have anything going next week, right? I'm all good. No? Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh yeah, the campaign
Yeah.
continues.
What? Yes. Shut up.
All right, boys, I'm gonna get out of here. Let's keep in touch. We'll do this crazy thing again soon.
Sounds
Take it
good,
easy,
fellas.
gang.
We'll see y'all.
See ya.
Night, y'all.
Good night.